Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archives. I'm your host, the Gamer Knight, and we're here again with another playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. Without further ado, let's proceed. First and foremost, guys, I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. I hope everyone's taking some R&R. I know I am, and of course, I want to discuss what the latest in entertainment news that has been buzzing around this week. First being the big one in the room, Amazon Prime's TV show, which is a live-action adaptation of the PlayStation exclusive series God of War, is going to be oh my god, let's say, it's going to be filmed in March of this year, and, oh, we got bubbles. And no time. Oh, you're too much for me. There we go. Now deal with you. You draw too late. Now, back to what I was saying at hand. God of War is about to become a live-action adaptation by Amazon Prime, and they've officially casted their first character. The rest are still in talks, but first being the big one, it is Ryan Hurst. He is going to be taking the role of Kratos, aka the Ghost of Sparta, aka the Bane of Olympus. The man, the myth, the legend himself is about to be played by Ryan Hurst. For those who do not know who he has taken the role of course, Opie in Sons of Anarchy, Remember the Titans, with Denzel Washington, and of course, most recently, God of War Ragnarok playing as Thor himself. Yes, the God of Thunder who literally crafts lightning. Oh, we got Ronan. And no time for a duel. And no time. And that's that. Now, back to what I was saying with Ryan Hurst. Oh yes. At first, when I heard this article from Push Square about Ryan Hurst playing the role as Kratos, I was kind of skeptical. But as I realized while he was playing, he played Thor like really well. I was without a doubt terrified when I was seeing the dialogue with Thor himself, with Ryan Hurst at his head. I'm like, oh my god. We'll deal with these guys then, of course. Huh. They didn't even know. Okay, we got one guy coming. Okay, I think there's just 3 left. Alright. Let's deal with this quick. Actually, I got a good idea. That's right, take the bait. Just so I can do this. 2 birds, 1 blade. Really? quickly disposed. I did, of course, upgrade my armor, my weapons, which gives me an edge, and of course, I need every advantage I can get to take on the Mongols and Ronin, because well, yeah. As you can see from my previous episodes, these guys were hard to beat.
東とは川沿いの崖だと言っておりました。あそこだろうな。お主は2を求めて逃げろ。
Now, alright, now we're off to another camp. Let's grab some supplies, and of course, let's discuss more about Reinhurst. Since, of course, he has not only played Thor in God of War Ragnarok, but he also played the games prior to getting the role. And he also, of course, studied about Kratos himself, which is actually pretty awesome, because it's always great to have actors that really kind of like, you know, learn to immerse themselves to become the character. And he also learned from, of course, the V of the Master, Christopher Judge, who, of course, not only, of course, did the motion capture for Kratos, but also did the voice for Kratos in God of War Ragnarok in 2018. And he was proud and actually commended him for receiving the role. And he says he will do a great job. And of course, he's proud of him. Which I would say, if he learns at the V of the Master, then the series is saved. Now, let's just go in and just beat these guys up. Now. Anyone else? That with him.
もう安全だ。助かりました。よくぞあの浪人ども。宿の女に頼まれて参った。奴らの中には槍川家の老頭もおりました。反乱の残党か。民を襲うとは落ちたものだ。近くに友がおります。平助と聖次郎、それと喜三太です。良いことを聞いた。殺された仲間を弔った後。
And we know that Oda's alive, thankfully. But, of course, we gotta deal with these guys. At least I'm not fighting those men. Although I've already faced a few dozen of them on the road. And now I want to jump back to, of course, with Reinhurst. After, of course, being praised to receive the role, he, of course, is trying to actually get ready for the role. He's actually about, well, physically he's about 6'7", and he is not, of course, as jacked as he was in Sons of Anarchy, but he is definitely going to get lean. He is definitely pretty lean, so he'll be on a very strict diet and go through a vigorous heavy lifting routine to actually build up for the role. I mean, he was jacked once. He can do that again. And not only that, he is, of course, learning the lore, which, of course, for those who, of course, learned about him previously, there was a small mini-series that focused around Kratos after the events of the Greek mythology. Like, in the timeline between God of War 2018 and the Greek mythology, sort of like Pantheon trilogy. But first and foremost, it's definitely a pretty good take. I hope that Reinhurst can actually do the character some justice in live action, which is a totally different matter at hand. I mean, I hope it does as successful as the first season of The Last of Us. Although the series, of course, didn't really follow its original script, so we hope that they follow the original script, which I will make an announcement about that as soon as I'm done with this episode. But now, let's just deal with these Mongols and Ronin at hand. First, draw them in for the kill, and now, oh crap.
せてやる。どう感じ？
See ya.
タチの本当の扱い方見せてやる。
And not my best work to take down my foes, but all in all, pretty successful.
お侍、俺のことより宿へ急いでください。妻が切られたんです。話したぞ。それで最後まで案じておった。
Time to break the news.
なんてことだ。敵は討ち取った。もう傷つくものは出ないだろう。ありがとうございます。死んだ妻に別れを告げるため宿に戻ります。
Now, as I was saying, I want to jump back into another article that focuses around another actor who is taking a role in a video game live-action adaptation, and that is Sophie Turner, famous actress from England who, of course, has taken numerous roles in her career in the X-Men, and of course, oh yes, Game of Thrones. She is now taking the role of Lara Croft in a live-action TV series that is also from Amazon Prime. And we got our first tease this week of her in her costume to play the role of Lara Croft. Which, by the way, when she of course received the role, she got pretty jacked for the part, and I have to say, wow. I just love it when actors like really are enveloped in their work and they can immerse themselves into the character. Which, not only that, she is also playing the games as well to immerse herself into the character to become the Lara Croft that everyone will know and love. We just hope that she can do the character some justice, which I am thoroughly excited to see how that plays out. Oh. I hate when Mongols disturb the dead. Now, let's clear out the cemetery, because these guys ain't got no respect for the dead. Time to give them something to fear.
I haven't bet.
And there goes your head. This is the part where you run. Ah, forgot big guy. Where is he? Oh. Oh. Oh, you dirty. I hate arrows. The flaming arrow one... I mean, my god, I meant to say, the flaming arrows are the worst. Truly, they are the worst. Because I, for the life of me, tried to block them, and I still get set on fire. Regardless. What a ripoff. Alright, Riverside Farm. Under Mongol control. Down. Take out the bird. Oh crap. Those birds are gonna blow my cover. Okay, now they're all on alert. I gotta silence that frickin' eagle. Time to clip his wings. Sorry, buddy. You serving the enemy. I hate it when animals have been used in war. Practically all animals have been used in war. Horses, elephants, rats, dogs, rhinos. Which, no joke, I'm pretty sure everyone has actually weaponized an animal at some point. Okay, so far. Okay. Yep. There's another one. Yeah, no way I can hit him from there. That's too far. Okay. Here I am. Okay. 2 are doubled up. 2 birds, 1 blade. Are you dirty? Yeah. Not my best work, but that's why I constantly take out enemies. These birds are going to be annoying. That deals with them. Also, I want to discuss about latest in the entertainment news, including for January 22nd, that Xbox will be making a showcase on called Xbox Developers X, I think it was called. But it's going to be taking place around January 22nd, and the showcase should take about roughly 45 minutes to an hour, showing us gameplay and announcements. Hopefully, we can finally get some gameplay reveals on Gears of War E-Day, which Gears of War E-Day, everyone knows, is the upcoming prequel of Gears of War that takes place during E-Day, which should focus around the series during, like, prior to E-Day and just 14 years after E-Day, like in the timeline all the way up to Marcus Phoenix gang arrested for disobeying orders. Let's deal with these guys quick. No time. These guys are too much for me. Do you want to live or you want to die? You chose death. I gave him the option. Now, to touch back on the article at hand with Xbox getting Gears of War on track, it's honestly, it's about time that we get something from the platform, because one, I'm getting sick and tired of not getting any particular new exclusive products from Xbox. It's getting a little bit tiresome. Okay. We got a hostage. Alright. That dealt with him.
待たせてしまったな。
酒井様、死んでしまったかと。
いや、だが大勢が死んだ。さあ逃げろ、行け。
猛虎がお父上の砦に野営を敷いております。
槍川の乱で焼けたはずだ。壁は脆く、守りには適せん。
Well, now that's dealt with. And we collected a new piece of intelligence. And it's close by. Now, I want to jump back in other articles. Although we, of course, have a lot of good news and mixed opinions, also we have extra news that Lucasfilm's newest president will be pretty much two. I mean, it'll be divided between two co-presidents. Kathleen Kennedy, of course, after 14 years, she is no longer head of Lucasfilms anymore. She is stepping down, and we're getting Dave Filoni to assume command of Lucasfilm. Let's deal with that. We'll discuss more about that article as soon as I deal with these guys. What's going on? Who's helping me? Okay, those guys just saved my rear end. Let's praise them. Let's give them our thanks. Meant to say, give them our thanks. Give them my thanks. Because I don't know where these guys come from, but they just saved my rear end. Okay, they're not talking. But I guess they are rebels. They're aiding to help. But all in all, camp's cleared out. Now let's, of course, deal with the camp at Otuna. I want to jump back, of course, in the article with Dave Filoni now taking the role as co-president of Lucasfilms, which apparently he has been dubbed as the Padawan of George Lucas, which he did, of course, work with him during the creation of the animated TV series Star Wars The Clone Wars, which has become canon, and it became a groundbreaking success and managed to make 7 Emmys. 7 Emmys. For not only its animated, for like its animation, how it, of course, was updated to, of course, looking more and more like a real, like, Star Wars experience. And I honestly, I was like, wow, really, it was, honestly, I loved the Clone Wars series. It was like my favorite go-to show during Saturday morning cartoons when I was in high school. I was like in love with the series. But when George Lucas was bought out by Disney, of course, I was sad that the show had abruptly ended, and we never got a full grasp on the story after Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order during the Clone Wars, before the end of the Clone Wars. But I'll jump back on that story as soon as I deal with these guys. Well, that dealt with them. Now, I want to jump back with the whole series, how it has, of course, the Star Wars The Clone Wars series, how it, of course, abruptly ended. And, of course, Disney revived the series in 2020, giving us the series finale, which, by the way, Season 7 was beautifully detailed and was really something that I loved within the Star Wars universe. I was a big fan of it back then. I'm still a big fan of it now. Even after the Disney acquisition, which people still debate how Disney killed it, which, yes, the sequel movies were not everyone's cup of tea, but although there were some moments that I found quite enjoyable within the Disney universe, like the Bad Batch series, the Ahsoka series, the Mandalorian, which Dave Filoni definitely all took part in these projects, and we all know that he loves Star Wars as much as the next guy. And I am thoroughly excited to see how he actually performs. And maybe we might actually get a Kenobi series this year, like a Kenobi Season 2, like, finally. And of course, he did state his opinion that he was not a fan of Andor's ending. But I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I can accept that. It's perfectly acceptable. I mean, all I gotta say is I loved Andor's ending. It was really, really well done, well written, and really connected the points that led up to Rogue One. Although Rogue One, I could say, in my opinion, it was a great Star Wars movie in the Disney universe, but, I mean, Disney canon now, of course. I'm saying Disney universe, oh my god, I meant to say that. I meant to say Disney canon. But, in this case, the sequel films were definitely not everyone's cup of tea. I mean, I could definitely write a better Star Wars movie than Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I watched it, wasted opportunity to, like, really develop a new villain situation, and I was like, wow. But I digress. Now let's deal with the other camps at hand. Then we'll, of course, meet up with Lady Masako. But I'll discuss further with the whole situation with Lucasfilm. Dave Filoni, of course, is not the main macho man who's going to be, of course, taking over as full CEO. It's co-presidency between him and Lin-Wen Brennan, which, in this case, I say Star Wars' future is in good hands, because Dave Filoni is actually doing, of course, pretty well with projects that have, of course, thrived during the Disney canon situation, which, of course, includes Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, and, of course, the upcoming Mandalorian Grogu series, which I am actually excited to see, because I want to actually see the movie to see how it plays in and how it ties in, and will it take place in moments after Ahsoka Season 1, which I'm hoping that this year we get to see a first promo of Ahsoka Season 2, which of course has not made its debut in the Disney Plus 2026 What to Expect for next year from Disney. But there is some hope that we might see it, because here's my overall thought. Hypothetically, let's say Disney decides to hold us back on the Ahsoka series. They've been holding back on us for quite some time, and there's some hope that we might actually see it this year. It's still slated to be in for 2026, but we need to, of course, know more information. We need a promo. Do we need a exact time and date? When to prepare for? So in this case, I'm thinking best hypothetical scenario for us to receive a first trailer of Ahsoka Season 2 would be anywhere like before May the 4th be with you, which I will definitely be wearing a lot of Star Wars merch that day and conducting a Star Wars binge, which of course with projects that are related to Star Wars universe. And I don't care what people will say about some of the games that of course taken place pre-Disney acquisition. They are officially canon in my books, and I will be playing them thoroughly. Now I'm referring to, of course, Star Wars Bounty Hunter that takes place as a small miniseries that around Jango Fett, how he becomes, of course, the bounty hunter we all know and love, and his history. That's officially canon, and there's a Star Wars The Clone Wars video game from 2002 that I originally played on my old Xbox. Like, original Xbox. And whew, that story had the potential to become like canon, because it takes place around like less than a few months after the Battle of Geonosis and focuses around Anakin making a groundbreaking victory for the Republic during the Clone Wars, and had to, of course, master his own concerns of falling to the dark side, which is kind of foreshadowing because he was the ultimate doom of the Jedi Order in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And I am thoroughly excited to actually do my whole canon binge situation, which, although I will skip the sequels, minus Episode 7 and 8. Although, yes, those were hard to watch. I mean, actually Episode 7 had great potential, but it went in a direction that I didn't really follow for. Episode 8 wasted everything that Episode 7 had entitled for, and really did Luke wrong. Just did him dirty. Just not my cup of tea. And of course, Episode 9. Enough's been said. There should have been a different direction and tied the prequels together. But I'll save that for when I play an actual Star Wars game. But in the meantime, I have other articles to discuss, which, first and foremost, everything with, of course, upcoming for 2026. I'm talking about not only the big elephant in the room, GTA 6, but it is also facing some legal trouble. Apparently, Rockstar has been firing a lot of their staff this week, and apparently they're being sued for it. And it is very, very enticingly strange. Also, another thing, they're not the only ones dealing with legal trouble. Paramount is actually suing, of course, Warner Brothers for not accepting their offer, saying that it's unconstitutional. Or something like that. Which apparently, well, I can understand why they would take legal action, because they want to preserve the legacy of filming, which, and based on Netflix's decision when they bought Warner Brothers, they said they want to decrease the amount of times that movies should be in theaters, which Well, originally when they made that first announcement, they said they want to leave movies in theaters for about 17 days, which for developers and directors, they find it a little bit, well, shameful to have all their work to be put out automatically straight to streaming after just 17 days. Then other articles popped up in regards to saying that they might increase it to 45 days. But we'll find out. Maybe this deal will actually break, like, fall through the cracks. I mean, let's see who else. Anybody notice me at all? Nope.
Oi!
Nope. Well, we'll find out because, of course, the jumping back to the article at hand with the whole Netflix Warner Brothers deal about to fall through the cracks. I mean, if they don't make it through with Warner Brothers actually going through with the sale, there is another opportunity that Netflix has already done. They already have a major partnership with Sony Entertainment, and that being said, this provides a big money opportunity for both studios when they join forces, literally, because, I mean, just from K-pop Demon Hunter success alone is enough to prove a great partnership. And we both know everyone is really dying for K-pop Demon Hunter 2, which officially it's in the works. I actually did track down a little bit of rumors. I mean, I was kind of skeptical when I actually watched the film. I was in Korea when I watched it last year, and I was interested. I thought it was going to be one of those, those small indie Netflix cheap animated projects, but I was wrong. I was happily wrong. They don't notice me, but they did find the bodies. Alright. Let's give him something to fear.
Rough guy!
Uh-oh.
Termumbai
Damn. Woo! 2 in a row. Okay.
Zipsegate bitch!
Oi! Udo kikcha!
Oh, man. Whoa. Flaming arrows. Too slow.
Tengdui, Han!
Oh, you dirty. That guy threw off my groove. You don't... Screw it. There's still one more guy to kill anyway. Who else do I have to kill? Ah, yes, the war camp general. He's hiding. I know he's hiding. Now. Fire in the hole. Alright, let's take him out. And I swear, some of these guys, they... Oh, there he is. Huh. I am surprised that that guy did not hear me slaughter his entire men. Does he not know that I just pretty much eliminated the entire base single-handedly? And that's your head. Alright. One second, sorry. Now, sorry. Just need some liquid refreshments. Now, I want to jump back, of course, in regards to the whole Netflix situation. Which, although, yes, they are successful with this whole endeavor with buying several studios, working with different partnerships, such as Sony, and they've already secured like a several billion-dollar deal. I mean, even if the Warner Brothers buyout does not turn out well, there's the partnership, and that will definitely earn them some money. Apparently, of course, I was quite skeptical when I watched the movie on... Well, I was actually in North Korea. I was there during a vacation with my mother, and, of course, our tour guide suggested that we watch K-Pop Demon Hunter, and this is like my first I've heard about it. And by the time I watched it, I was actually really shocked by how the film was, and I found it really compelling. With, of course, the character development and, of course, the animation from Sony Animation, which, ooh, I just love that studio. They really know how to make art with animation. And they actually do somewhat of a better job than Disney, which, of course, sometimes Disney can make mistakes. There have been previous moments where Disney has made some follow-ups with animating the Clone Wars, which there have been a number of clone troopers in anime TV spin-offs, such as The Bad Batch, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and the clones, of course, some of them had no weapons when running, and, of course, I think there was a small snippet of a guy that was hanging in a background with a I Love Yoda t-shirt in The Mandalorian Season 2. And I was quite laughing so hard in that case. Because I'm like, who's that guy that's like hanging in the background? Is he some unknown character from our universe? Now this village is free. of records I've collected. Alright, next stop, Lady Masako. Now, while we ride our way over to Lady Masako, I want to discuss more about Sony. There have been some recent articles that have been circulating. No, it's nothing in regards to the next spin-off for Spider-Man across the multiverse. Across the Spider-Verse. Nothing of a direct sequel as of yet, but we both know it's coming, but... Oh, let's see what these guys quick. You threw off my groove. You surrendered too quickly.
動くな。
このご恩は決して忘れません。
行け。達者でな。
お受け取りください。
Now, as I was saying with Sony's situation with Marvel involving themselves more openly with characters, they say they're going to be opening up more avenues to bring in more MCU characters to Marvel's canon universe. Which I would say they bring more Spider-Man characters into the MCU. That's what I meant to say. Which is not bad. I just wish we get more direct sequences for certain Marvel characters, or maybe they might be able to reboot the Marvel Sony Cinematic Universe, but like more in a direction that really can help manage itself in the MCU. I hope that actually is a good situation to look forward to. Alright, now let's just meet with Lady Masako. She is apparently just downstairs. Ah, great. Why don't they always point a direct route?
思い違いかと。まさか梶原がさようなことを。
お主の目は節穴ということで。
Okay, she
ジン、
seems
少し話せるか。
Alright, what does she have to say?
今のは一体。
梶原という男が我が館に刺客を放ったことが分かった。奴も犯人の一人だ。梶原の家はこの近く。坊主が場所を知っておるが口を割らぬのだ。
それでは私が聞いてみましょう。下の家族が走り抜けてる。純子、無事で何よりだ。
酒井様もご送検で。
梶原というものを探しておる。居場所を知っておるな。
雅子様はひどくお怒りのご様子で、あやつを殺めるのではありませんか。
足立家を襲った連中とつながっておる証拠があるのだ。
まさかあの梶原が一介の心優しき漁師でございますよ。雅子様は我をお忘れなのでは。
純真、話をするだけだ。
本当にお話をするだけならば。道沿いに海へと進めば浜に梶原の小屋があります。
それで
道沿いに浜へ参ります。
御仏よ、志村様と
世話になったな、坊主。
幸あらんことを雅子様。
いかにしてあの堅物から聞き出したのだ。私の言葉にはガンとして耳を貸さなかったぞ。
あなたを恐れておるのです。
恐れる？なぜだ？
時にいたけ高かと。
なんだと？責められる覚えはないぞ。梶原の正体は
What the
残虐な
hell?
男。かつて
Okay,
は
that
館の下男。
rarely happens.
有能ではあったが、いかんせん
Like I said,
政治家であった。
sometimes
多めに見てやったものの、
this game
彼
can,
は
of course,
己の妻と娘に手を
eventually
挙げておっ
break
た
out
の
of
だ。
祁道
code
めが
and
家族に害
will
を加
cause
え
it
る
to
とは。
crash. But
即座に
luckily,
館から追い出し、
it did
その
not.
妻子を
Just
我が家でかくまうこ
I
とにした
promise
のだが、
this will
翌
not
日
happen
には
again.
夫の元に戻ってしまった。
人は変わりません。期待したとて裏切られるだけです。
Alright, now let's find this Kajiwara guy.
この道を進めば浜に着く。見つかるのは避けたい。馬を降りるぞ。
慎重に進みましょう。梶原なら家族を盾にしかねません。
Oh boy.
あれが梶原の小屋でしょう。猛虎がおりますな。
一家全員すでに殺されておるかもな。
もしくは逃げ延びたか。行きましょう。
Alright. Might as well try stealth. Try to even the odds a bit. One. Whoa! Screw stealth. Go loud. Oh no, you don't. Jeez, that was my kill,
猛
Lee
虎は全て
Moscow.
仕留めた。
一家は小屋におるやもしれません。
Alright, time to search the house.
真新しい布。
布ではない。絹だ。一階の漁師が買える品ではないぞ。
That's interesting. Butcher's knife.
刃が血に濡れておる。
猛虎の兵具ではなさそうだな。
漁の道具です。
Well, that's for. Wait, that makes no sense. Okay, why?
梶原の妻子にそういないかと。
いずれこうなると思っておったわ。
猛虎が殺したのでは。
ならば梶原のムクロはどこだ？
Alright, let's find where
ここに
the
足跡が
Kajiwawa guy is.
外へ続いておる。梶原のものやもしれません。
一人で逃げおったか。
足跡を追いましょ
Man.
梶原か。
What a coward.
雅子様、猛虎に襲われ妻と娘が
う。よくも抜け抜けと。お前が殺した。
頼まれたのです。猛虎に
You
殺される
killed
よ
him
り
out
は
of love?
救いがあると。
おのれ。
ジェン、
Oh,
一族を殺めるため館に刺客を送ったのはお前だな。主の名を言え。答えれば楽に殺してやってもよいぞ。己が妻子にしたようにな。
あのお方は分かってくださったのだ。
何を分かってもらえた？
あんたのせいで身を滅ぼし、家族を食わす銭もなくなり、路頭に迷わざるを得なかったことを。
あれ以上は聞くに耐えん。
すべて出任せでしょう。
身を滅ぼしたこと以外はな、貞夫を見ておる気分であった。
犯人どもは遺恨から館を襲ったようです。
深い恨みを抱く武士が率いておるようだが、全く心当たりがない。
突き止めねば。
Next up, Lady Masako again. We'll ride over and we'll touch more on other articles that have been circulating recently these past few weeks. Which of course I'm referring to one being the RAM shortage, that because of the RAM shortage we might be getting delays on the next upcoming consoles, which one of the upcoming consoles being the PlayStation 6, which was slated to be, of course, going to be unveiled soon and have a launch window in 2027, which is the end of the 7-year life cycle for the PlayStation. But a possible delay may actually take place and may have the console delayed to 2028, which in this case, yes, that sounds pretty bad. But
Inhalas Harvard my son.
Тэнд харваач байна. Энэ хаваас харваад байсан.
let's deal with these. All without sounding the alarm. Oh, and good thing too. This place must be overrun. And I think they have hostages. Best to check to be safe. Oh. Crap. And can't get in. See ya.
Чи их сүртэй шүү.
See if I can enter in from above. Yeah. No direct route. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go loud on this one.
Тайван бай.
Screw it.
Everyone chat.
Not my best work, but it'll do. Now, as I was saying with recent articles, in regards to... Oh yes, the PlayStation 6 may be delayed due to the GPU and RAM shortage that has been circulating over the past few weeks. Which definitely there is a shortage. A lot of companies have been buying out a lot of storage, a lot of the stocks and inventory, which Xbox blew through theirs in light of having to make handhelds. Bear in mind, I'm not really particularly interested because I've seen the latest user reports and reviews. Apparently, there have been some weird, like, interface problems in regards to, like, using the handheld just for, like, you know, gaming. Although it's running on Windows 11, there have been some side effects in light of it, which I'm referring to that somebody can actually use a Xbox handheld and actually use Microsoft Word. Oh. Sorry, Pumbaa. We'll continue discussing further on other subjects of the entertainment industry while we make our way to Lady Masako. I also want to discuss about not only the GPU shortage, but also how Xbox's direction has been less than perfect. And we hope that we see more and more upcoming titles that are exclusive to Xbox other than Halo, which is coming out in next month, which I'm just gonna play it on Game Pass regardless, but I may actually want to get the physical copy because I want to see how it looks in terms of graphics, how it's updated. They did say that this game will get a next-gen patch that will make the game more realistic when you play Halo Combat Evolved, which I'm actually excited to see how it turns out, but I also want to see if we can get a Halo 2 and Halo 3 remaster. Being the fact that those were the best in the series. Really, they were. I mean, my cousin and I and my brothers would always play Halo, and those days we would practically be murking each other on Halo Reach with Headhunter. That was like our favorite mode to play. And of course, Infected. And what else? Oh yeah. In regards to other avenues within the entertainment industry, I want to discuss more further what's coming out. Apparently, well, the critics are saying that 28 Years Bone Temple is actually looking to be a pretty solid movie so far. I actually am going to be watching it this year, obviously on January 28th. I'm taking my little brother with me, and I think it's going to be pretty much a pretty solid direct sequel. And plus, Ralph Fiennes is a solid actor. I say that in terms of his previous roles, which refer to Kingsman, the Kingsman, technically. It's a direct prequel to the Kingsman series, how the origins of the Kingsman agency was born during the age of World War I. And I have to say, it ties the series really well. Because, well, one, I actually enjoyed the first Kingsman movie when I was like in high school. I watched it with my entire family. We had it as like a family movie night event. We rented it out on cable, which, yes, I said it, cable, which I'm starting to wish it was back to that age so streaming doesn't, like, you know, look as terrible as it is now, because I thrived how streaming was during cable, like when it was still around. I mean, I'm pretty sure people still use cable, but I liked it how streaming was prior to before the streaming wars. But I digress. With the Kingsman series, how it was pretty much shown off, everyone had mixed opinions about the Kingsman movie, but all in all, the prequel was really a solid film. And we still have a direct sequel to the Kingsman movie, which I'm referring to, of course. Okay, she is arguing with Junshin. Alright. Let's talk to her. Or Junshin.
Sakai-sama, お見苦しいところを。
Alright, let's see what he has to say.
純真、今のは何だ。
人探しを頼まれたのですが、私ではお役に立てず。
探すとは梶原のようなものをか。
見つけたのですか。
ああ、自ら妻子を殺めおった。
私はなんと愚かな。
力を落とすことはないぞ。何も隠してないのだな。
こたびは誰を探しておいでか見当もつきません。
案ずるでない。俺が話そう。
ありがとうございます。 加えて村のこともお礼申し上げねば。これで立て直せます。
民のために尽くしてくれ。では。
橋の方に武装した者と一緒に。
Let's help.
そうか
Oh,
助かった
let's talk to the Masako.
尋ね人は見つかりますか？
形状に名があった盗人だ。
手を貸しましょ
私に始末をつけさせろ。
う。武装した者もおると聞きました。
浪人だろう。
だからこそです。
Ronin.
確かに一人では手に余る。力を借りよう。なれど詮索はしてくれるの。
承知しました。
浪人は村外れにある橋に向かったらしい。ついてこい。
走れ、ノブ。盗人とは何者ですか？
あろうことか襲われた我が館を漁り、貴重品や家宝をまんまと盗み寄った女だ。そやつの名は舞。我が家のかつての次女だ。3年前盗みの現場を抑えられ、夫を怒らせてな。穏便に済ませたかったがいとまを取らせた。
処遇を悔やんでおいでか？
あやつとは親しかった。
A dear
裏切ら
friend.
れ傷ついたのは私だ。いたぞ舞だ。
浪人もおります。ひそやかに近づきましょう。
Alright, let's go quietly.
何でも売ってやるから今少し待っておくれ。
もう遅い。主が直々に売るそうだ。さあ案内しろ。
金をやる。だから任せて。
金などないくせに。
櫛がある。金と真珠の飾りだよ。
私が送ったものだ。
なかなかいい値で売れそうだ。
よせ、主に殺される。ざれ言はいい。宝のありかに行くぞ。
舞と話すのであれば浪人は処するべきです。数を減らすほどに家宝を取り戻しやすくなるかと。
見つかるでないぞ。舞が傷ついてしまう。
Time to deal with them quietly. Follow May to the stolen heirlooms.
待て、見つかりたいのか。隠れろ。
Yep, I know. But they won't notice because I'm behind them. They don't check around. Alright. I am just gonna stay at a minimal distance. But also keep an eye out when they stray off from the group. If one strays off, perfect opportunity.
気を抜いておるな。
私が。
Alright. Got one.
今は昔茶屋で働く女がおりました。その人生は辛く彩りもなし。ところがある日坊主が茶屋にやってきて一目で女と恋に落ちました。
Is to keep my distance. Can't risk exposure. Alright, two are straying off. I could take them both out, but that'd be too...
贈り物を渡し迎えに来ると約
Alright,
束しますが
think they're straight off, so they won't see me.
厳しい現実を思い出し女に別れた。
Alright, perfect.
俺の女房 棒も変異するぜ。
それが女は坊主の寺へと飛んでいきますが、坊主は気づくや否や鐘の下に隠れました。女は火を吹き鐘を溶かそうとしたところ、中の坊主は炎に包まれ
I could take him out, but May is, of course. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh.
まさことその犬に付き合うぞ。殺して止めろ。
切れ者め。ようやく覚え
Let the other one live.
殺さないでくれ。
ジン、マイと話をしたい。
お待ちしましょう。
Okay. Okay, this seems interesting.
あの人殺しどもに頼まれて我が家宝を盗んだのか。なぜ私を裏切った。
いいえ、背を向けたのはあなたの方。
そなたを助けたのだ。夫は死罪を望んでおった。わからぬか。
分かってはおりました。
よいか、私は足立家の女なのだ。盗人とは共に行けぬ。
今でもあなたを。
Wow.
ならば誰の差し金か言ってくれ。
That is
家族の
interesting.
仇なのだ。
殺されます。
そなたに手出しはさせぬ。
Wow, they were close.
隠し場所へお連れします。
That's pretty deep.
お主の主は侍であるな。
その名はおろか顔も知りません。あちらから文が届くのみなので、我らのことを知っております。
なぜだ。
わかりません。文にはあなたを深く慕う気持ちもその痛みもわきまえていると。
一体
マイと私は深く思い合っておった。
主は宝が壊れていないかどうかひどく案じておりました。
売るつもりでしょうか。
あれは一族にとってのゆかりの品。売ったところで金にはならん。
ならば元より売るつもりはなく、手元に置いておくためか。
文での物言いもそうです。自分のものであるような。
足立家より他の家に渡ったことはない。生き残った者もおらぬはずだな。
あの茂みに隠してあります。
ジン、取ってきてくれ。別れの挨拶をしたい。
Alright. Kind of crazy. How she and her had an affair while being married to a lord. How May and Lady Musco had an affair while being married
礼を言う。
to
前は
Lord
す
Adachi.
でに去った
Kind
ぞ
of crazy.
ジン、伝えておきたい。実は
皆まで話す義理はありませぬ。
私にとって夫が全て。なれどマイのことも等しく。
Wow.
分かっております。
この心に偽りはない。
奴らの主に慕われておる様子。
夫以外で夫婦になろうと思った者はおらぬ。ただの一人もな。
やはり出任せ、話を合わせ舞を引き入れたのか。
一体誰がかようなことを。
探しましょう。じきに見つかります。
叱る時が来れば報いを受けさせる。
conspirator. Huh, it's close by. Alright. Let's make our way over. Also, I want to discuss one more piece of information from Marvel. As we all know, in light of Marvel's Avengers Doomsday, there have been some unsatisfying news. Blade from the MCU actually has been cancelled. The one, of course, that focuses around Marshall. Lady Moscow. We'll jump back with Blade cancellation later. Okay, she is
この坊主舌をなくしたようでな。
何卒お助けを。
どうかこの場は私に。
よかろう。だが口を割らなければ私が変わる。
Okay, Lady Masako is seriously on edge.
殺されるかと思いました。
もう安心してよいぞ。して純真がどうした？
もみじ寺で民を世話していたのですが、猛虎に襲われたとか。
見つけねば殺されるな。
Okay. I wonder what she is.
純真をどうする気ですか？
奴も襲撃に加担しておったのだ。
What?
流民を助けるような男が形状にも名が載っておりません。
What benefit does he
だ
have?
が
He's a
奴への
monk.
文が寺にあった。しかも犯人どもが持っておったのと同じ紙で、
Wait,
流
what?
民の野営に食料を流すと書いてあった。その代わり私の居所を事細かに教えろともな。
それは申し出、証拠になりません。
私に隠れて犯人どもと通じておった証拠にはなる。
真相を探りましょう。純真に話を聞きます。
まあいいだろう。
Alright.
もみじ寺にいるはずです。
Alright. We're off to the temple.
行くぞ。
行きましょう。
急げ。
I do want to jump back to the article at hand.
坊主を見つけたら私のやり方で処する。
まさこ殿、話をするだけです。
犯人どもは太刀に物を言わせ家族を殺したのだ。
どうか純真の罪が明らかになるまで太刀を抜かぬように。
七五を殺した連中とお主は話をしたいと思うか。志村殿はそやつを追い詰め首を取ったそうだな。家族の仇が撃たれたお主に邪魔立てをする道理はないぞ。
But Jin was a child when he got his revenge. He didn't take it himself. Whoa. Okay, that's not good. Mongols.
やめよう。ゲスども、報いを受けよう。
Oh crap, missed him.
神聖な寺を血で怪我しおって。
She always
純
takes my
真を見
kills.
つけるぞ。急げ。
間もなく寺です。
待っておれ純真。
Okay, she is very on edge.
伏せて。
Whoa, 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 back, 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 back.
このまま進むぞ。
いや、後ろから切る。純真が死にますぞ。
分かった。
それぞれ一人ずつ。
Okay. I take one, you take the other.
そんなばなりません。
出口は私が坊主のことは任せた。
Okay. Best enter in from the top. to climb. That was close.
같은
Count.
간이 살락. 야간 못
3 inside. Oh, make that 4. Wait till they're all... Okay, perfect. Wow.
바르보.
Okay.
純真を助け
Alright. Free Junshin. Let's get him out. Easy peasy lemon. Oh! What the?
まさか殿
What are you doing?
ジン、そこを抜け。
Lee
そ
Masako,
やつは裏切り者だ。
you have to question him,
逃げ
not
よ
kill him.
戦えば我らは負ける
とうに負けておるわ。
Lady Masako, no. You can't do this. If you choose this, this will not end well for you. If this is your choice, so be it.
おやめください
坊主をこちらに渡せ。
You chose this.
What? 人殺しの肩を持つか。
話すだけのはず
それで何が変わる。
約束なされた
一族の仇を討つとな。
Come on. Don't do this. Come on. The enemy's getting close.
聞こえておりますなあれこそが敵
They're already getting close. No time to fight. I won't kill you. I promised her not to let her leave this world without her vengeance. But here they come. We fight united or fall divided. Ah, you dirty. He's stuck behind it. Alright, let's speak with Lady Masako.
約束なされたはず
純真を見た説だ。死んだ孫の顔が不意に浮かんできたのだ。冷たくなったあの子らの顔が。お主こそ坊主をかばいおって。
だから裏切ったと気はお確かか
私は全てを失ったのだぞ。
違う全て捨てたのです仇のために
龍蔵を前にして同じことが言えるのか。
Oh no, she touched a nerve.
怒りに任せてはなりません。仲間を失わぬためにも。
私はまだ仲間か。
純真は近くにおります。見つけましょう。政子殿、二度と刃を向けぬよ
分かった。約束だ。
う。足跡があるはず。
Alright. Now to follow the trail. Ah, there it is.
こちらへ行った様子。森へ逃げたようです。純真を見つけたら私が話をいたします。
私を信じておらぬな。
純真から話を聞くには好都合というだけ。
確かにな。だが忘れるな。舌さえあれば話はできるぞ。
Oops, sorry, I lost track of the trail for a second. Alright, there we go. There he is.
何者が施しの話を持ちかけた。
花と名乗っておりました。
嘘だ。
政子殿、
What?
花とは。
姉上だ。
What?
あの夜死んだかと思っておった。
How is that possible?
2日前訪ねてきたのです。真っ赤な着物に金色の帯を締め、菊の花の香りを漂わせておりました。
信じぬぞ。
Oh no.
嘘だ。
私は何も漏らしておりません。本当です。
もう行け。
How did
姉上が
how did she live?
生きていて
Well, how is she responsible?
子供らを殺しただと。
なぜ足立家を襲ったのでしょう。
わからん。直接聞いてやるわ。
私も助力いたします。
神谷方に来てくれ。
Alright. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to leave off here for tonight. As you all know, guys, I do want to mention one more thing. In light of course, the Marvel Blade movie that has been, of course, shut down. But there is a sliver of hope. In light of the Marvel Blade being shut down, there is a sliver of hope that Marshall Ali will still reprise the role of Blade within the next Marvel film, which is called Marvel Midnight Suns. Also, I'd like to leave off this episode with an announcement. On March 1st, 2026, which is my birthday, not important, but I want to leave a special note that on March 1st, I will be playing God of War 2018 to show you guys how great it is and how the game and how the TV show live action adaptation pulls off in the exact same way that I'll be playing. And as always, guys, if you love my playthroughs and my gameplay as well as my overall opinion on the entertainment industry, you're more than welcome to like and subscribe to support the channel. And as always, you're always welcome here at the archives. Thank you and have a good